Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we want to begin tonight with a former detention deputy for the Marion County Sheriff's Office who tonight is taking legal action claiming she was wrongfully terminated. A new lawsuit names Marion County Sheriff Carrie Forrestall and prosecutor Ryan Mears. Our Logan Gay just finished talking with the woman's attorney. Logan, why did she file this lawsuit?
Well, Scott, Miriam Adamson Alvarez was one of 8 Marion County Sheriff's Office employees who were fired in June and charged for alleged overtime theft at work. The charges against Adamson Alvarez have now been dropped, but she says the damage is already done.
With no evidence.
Sly UB says his client, former Marion County Sheriff's Office employee Miriam Adamson Alvarez, was a model employee. She was a leader who graduated at the top of her class, but all of that ended when she was accused of stealing a little over $690 in overtime from the department. An accusation, according to court documents, she believes was made in retaliation. She says it happened after she made a complaint to a supervisor about being put in a dangerous situation by a colleague.
A very minimal amount, which just didn't make sense as to why they would issue a press release, why they would drag her name through the mud in such a fashion without first doing a proper investigation to support that allegation.
The charges were ultimately dismissed, but her attorney says they never should have been filed in the first place.
It's as if the investigation didn't truly occur until after she was arrested, after her name was dragged through the mud.
But he says that didn't change anything.
Even though it was dismissed, nothing's been expunged, nothing's been made right.
According to court documents, his client says this has hurt her reputation and caused her considerable emotional distress.
You can't Google her name without seeing that she was charged with a crime of dishonesty.
An allegation that she says has kept her from getting other opportunities.
Nobody wants to hire somebody that's accused of theft or such a crime. Since the day that she was fired, arrested, back in June until now, she hasn't been able to find proper employment.
Because of this, she's suing for reinstatement, back pay, front pay, punitive and compensatory damages, along with a formal and public apology from the individuals involved.
You can't just accuse somebody of a crime they didn't do and then, oh well, and just move on without making things right.
Adamson Alvarez is requesting a jury trial.
So we reached out to the prosecutor's office. They declined to comment on the lawsuit, but a spokesman says the cases against the other former sheriff's office employees either resulted in a conviction or are still pending. The sheriff's office also declined to comment.
Logan Gay, thanks so much. We have had sub-zero wind chills for nearly 70 straight hours, so the 20s we've been feeling are feeling pretty good. Rob's in tonight for Angela, so we get this reprieve from the bitter temperatures, but we may see a little bit of snow coming in the next few hours.
Yeah, I think when you look at the numbers, the teens and 20s are certainly going to be what we have in the forecast for tonight, and then we expect the numbers to rebound a little bit for tomorrow. We'll take a little bit of a setback, so it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride. Keep this in mind. We were up into the mid-20s today. The teens and 20s are where we sit right now, so we haven't really dropped the temperatures all that much, and part of that is the south or southwest wind that's kicked in. It's kept us mild over the last several hours. Here's really the reason why, though. We've had some clouds move in. Now, I know there looks to be a lot of snow showing up on radar here, but really across central Indiana, there's not much in the way of any snow that's falling. However, a couple of scattered snow showers are certainly in the forecast for tonight and even into forecast for tomorrow because it's a relatively slow-moving system. Temperatures into the teens expected for tonight. Here's your forecast for Thursday. We make it back into the mid-20s with a chance for snow, but there are some significantly colder values in the forecast before that warm-up is on the way. Coming up.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. You know, it's been this savage stretch of winter to start this new year, but there are big changes on the way. We may see 40s next week. You can track the forecast fluctuations on your phone using our WTHR weather app. It's a free download. Go get it before you fall asleep. It's in the App Store. A suspected serial killer tonight accused of targeting a woman here in Indianapolis nearly 2 decades ago was just found guilty of that murder. Tonight, authorities believe that Bruce Mendenhall is responsible for killing a handful of other women in several states across the country. One of them, 31-year-old Karma Purpura. She was killed at a truck stop in July of 2007. The gory details described in a Marion County courtroom. The prosecution says Mendenhall picked up Purpura, put a bag over her head, shot her, then dumped her body in Kentucky. Her bloody clothes, phone, and ATM card were discovered in the cab of Mendenhall's semi at a truck stop in Nashville, Tennessee. He reportedly told police he had the blood on him from cleaning up after Purpura was shot with his rifle.
Make no mistake about it, they can try to characterize it as a confession. It is not a confession. It is not, I did this.
Does it make any sense to have an Indianapolis woman go missing with her bloody clothes in the defendant's truck in Nashville, Tennessee, with her bones in between those places in Kentucky?
Tonight, Purpura is now the third woman Mendenhall is convicted of killing. He's scheduled to be sentenced on February 13th. Purpura's family attended this trial but did not want to talk about the verdict.
There's a lot of work to do, and this case is still under investigation. The magnitude
of the case is enormous. Disturbing allegations out of Morgan County tonight, and investigators believe there could be more victims. Right now, former couple Brian Stafford and Sanja Stafford are facing more than 120 criminal charges between them. Newly released court documents outline why. Investigators say between 2008 and 2024, at least 32 foster children were placed in the Stafford's home. The victims reported sexual abuse from Brian and physical and mental abuse from Sanja. They say it went on for years. So we talked with police about what's next.
It is our belief that there are still individuals out there, whether it be victims or witnesses.
Staffords are due back in court in March. Their trial is set for June. And now to a confrontation caught on camera. You can see this guy right here. That person has got a gun, holding a gun to the woman's head. You can see the gun there in his right hand. That was as she was trying to get away. All of this going down at a gas station on the north side of Indy. Kevin Edwards shared that video with us. Edwards told us he started recording as others were calling police. Now, according to court documents in this case, the man alleges the woman pointed a gun at him. She denies that.
Words were exchanged. He got to calling her, racial slurs, and she didn't like that. Probably wasn't comfortable with it from what I'm going to assume, but that's when he pulled the gun. As you can see in the video, he's choking her against the car.
Now, we talked with police who tell us people have to do a better job of solving their problems without threats of violence. The man that you see in the video is now under arrest and facing several preliminary charges, including intimidation and battery. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Tonight, a man is charged in connection to the death of his wife, a former IPS teacher. 79-year-old Terry Ogle is tonight facing a count of murder. Police tell us Ogle called 911 and told dispatchers he beat his wife to death. We got the court documents in the case tonight, and they reveal that Ogle told police he was depressed and thought his wife was having an affair. Governor Mike Braun signed a series of new executive orders today regarding health-related issues. There were 9 of them. They address price transparency in health care, enforcement of Indiana's abortion ban, and an evaluation of what the state is paying on health care programs. Now to an update to a story we first brought you last night at 11. Dogs and kennels at the Humane Society for Hamilton County without heat have all found places to stay. The shelter's heating system failed, impacting 11 kennels and cages. But leaders at the shelter tell us they're now hoping more fosters step up as they anticipate needing more space for other surrendered animals. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum will reopen on April 2nd. It's been closed for more than a year now, undergoing massive renovations, 40,000 square feet of exhibits and experiences. Tickets go on sale March 4th. We've got the prices posted for you online, and we'll walk you through how you can get tickets right now on WTHR.com and on our 13 News app.